I think I've been thinking about something,
Hmm.
and I want to bring someone back to the fold.
Okay.
I would bring Toby back. I would get rid of you and bring Toby back.
Are you kidding me?
What is up, everybody? Bobby here, the Nintendo Guru, joined by the lovely, the amazing, the wonderful Holly. Holly, what's up?
Hey, it's me.
It is you. It's not Toby.
It is again.
So-
I'm here again.
So, go ahead. Tell me what you got in store for us today.
Okay, today's topic is we're actually going to be discussing what NPC would you want back into the game and why. So I don't know if you want to go first, Bobby.
Oh man, you know what? There's so many out there.
Yeah.
And I have multiple that I want back, obviously. But before we even started recording, you were like, I kind of want not the easy ones. Like
Yeah.
obviously Brewster. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
everybody wants
I mean,
Brewster back.
yeah.
But I have one that is really for me just nostalgia. Just I want him back because he makes me feel safe and warm and cuddly. And
Oh, no.
that's Tortimer.
Oh.
Like I really want Tortimer back, but I feel like there's a multitude of reasons why I want Tortimer back.
Yeah.
I don't want Tortimer back to be like, "Hey, I'm the mayor of the island." None of that nonsense. Like that ship has sailed. But I
Yeah.
felt like the role that he played in New Leaf was fantastic.
Yeah.
For those that don't know, that didn't play New Leaf, basically what it was after a few days you have your dock, which we have a dock in this game.
Yeah.
And Cap'n showed up at the dock. And Cap'n was like, hey, actually there was a note. I'm sorry. There was a note. Isabel had a note. And she was like, hey, there's someone that wants to talk to you down at the dock. You go down to the dock, and it was Tortimer. And Tortimer's like, hey, man, tomorrow I'm going to have this guy here. He's going to take you over to an island if you so choose. You come to the island, and we're going to do some stuff, right? So then you move, you go to the island, right? Now, do I feel like we need to go to another island that's like a little thing? No, we don't need that aspect of it. But what he brought in was games, multiplayer games.
Yes.
And we don't have that here. Now, I know that the communities have created games, sumo wrestling, musical chairs, Deal or No Deal, and that's all well and good, right?
Mm.
But I feel like if you could get in a boat with a bunch of your friends, travel over to this island, or if we could just make it where, hey, let's create an island. Here's the code, kind of like a dodo code, and you pass the code to your friends, and then you all just leave your islands and you show up on that island rather than having to all come to one island.
Yeah.
The way Nintendo's going to do it, if they do it, you'll all have to come to your island, you'll all have to pack into a boat, and then you'll all have to travel. That's the way it'll be. But ultimately, the best way would be like, here's a dodo code that you've created.
Yeah.
Or a capping code, we'll call it.
Yeah, Cap'n code. That'd be perfect.
And then Cap'n gives you a code, you pass it to your friends, and then you go off to Tortimer's Island.
Yeah.
And then there, you could do fishing games. You could do all the stuff that you used to have. Like, one of the cool things I used to love was, and there was different levels, right? So it was like, hey, so the idea was you earn currency that was different there, because you would buy things that were just strictly for the island.
Yeah.
And it was different furniture and stuff, like cabana furniture and stuff. But I feel like we could use this currency for something else.
Yeah.
But what I would like to do is you go over, you travel over, you go there. And one of the cool things was he would be like, hey, go catch as many sharks as you can in 3 minutes. And you and your friends would just disperse. And you would try to catch as many sharks as you could within the time frame. And then you come back, and then he would score you. And you guys would earn coins if you were over a certain amount.
I like that idea.
I would love to have, and it does, like, you could take it to another level. It could be all kinds of stuff that you could do. You could have, like, hunting treasures, and there's a maze. Like, we've created this maze similar to, like, Rover and all that. Like, there's so many things that Nintendo could create that I feel would be essential to a great game and to making New Horizons that one step better for multiplayer, because I feel like it's lacking at this point.
It definitely is. I agree, and I think that I really liked the island games. But then things like the Mayday maze. I mean, I was really disappointed with it, to be honest. But even that could have been implemented into something like that.
Like if you had a thing where you had four friends that went to an island, and
Yeah.
you had a Mayday maze of sorts that was bigger, and you needed each other, different
Had
abilities.
multiple entrances or something
it
like
would have
that.
been,
Or-
it would have been great, man. Or
Yeah,
a
that would have
race,
been
or
very
a race to the middle. Right, here's a
Yeah.
prize in the middle, and the first person that gets there gets the prize. And you
Yeah.
all start on. It's a square grid. You all
Yeah.
start on different sides, and you have to rush and race to get in there.
Yeah, that'd be perfect.
Would've
There could
been
be like pistol
amazing.
speeds and stuff, like
Yeah,
I
would've been all for it.
definitely agree.
Okay, so what do you have for us?
So mine is actually maybe a bit obscure, but it's Harriet. And for those who don't know, Harriet, she's not in this game, obviously, but she is a hairdresser and makeover person. And she was in Wild World, City Folk, New Leaf. I think that's about it. I'm not sure if she was in any of the games prior to that, but basically she would open up like a hair salon. You could go in and customize your character that way, because at the start of the other games, when you're speaking to, is it Rover that you speak to at the start of most games? I think it was in New Leaf, wasn't it? And I think in
He was
City
in all of
Folk.
them. Yeah, he was in all of them.
Yeah, in all of them. And you would basically answer a series of questions, and then that would determine what your character looked like.
Yeah.
So when you could finally actually sort of change what you looked like, that felt a lot more exciting to me, because I love the creativity in New Horizons, and I like all the kind of more customization things that we were kind of begging for in the previous games. But there is part of me that quite liked the idea of just having to deal with it, and then being able to actually go somewhere, kind of like how you said on a previous Breaking Bells episode with like retail and Cyrus and customization, and kind of bringing more of a more nostalgic, more personal feel to it. I just think that would be
the thing is, and this is the way you have to look at it, and I feel this way. I don't disagree with you per se in theory. I disagree with you in the fact of it's there already, because you just go look in a mirror now, and you look in the mirror and it unlocks all that stuff. So they've kind of cut that aspect out. But that being said, what I feel like they could do, which Harriet brought to City Folk, which was massive, was bring back me masks.
Oh my gosh!
The me masks were really kind of cool. And for those that don't never play City Folk, what it was, you created these me characters. That was the beginning of me's. And it was supposed to be something that was in your likeness. And in City Folk, you basically could get masks, and you would run around with these masks on. Now, the cool thing about it, well, it would cost you like 3,000 bells to get a mask. The cool thing about it was someone like me who had a multitude of characters, like I was running around town with a Snoop Dogg mask. Like it was.
Oh my gosh, I never thought to do that.
It was amazing. Like you take your specialty characters that you made, and it was so fun to play with those characters and have them in there. Because that's the thing. Like you talk about creativity, like the creativity that was in the me designer was like just awesome.
Yeah.
So you could have the like Abraham Lincoln and all these different characters that people made could actually be who you're running around town with.
Not in New Leaf as well.
I don't remember. If they were, I never used them. I never.
Yeah, because I honestly never explored that feature really, because I only had my basic character, and she always looked a bit scary, and I think that's probably why I never used it. So I didn't kind of think to do what you'd done.
And the other thing too is like, so when you look at what Nintendo has pulled out of this game, right? When you look at retail, the whole purpose of going to retail was customization. They've given us full-on customization.
Yeah.
When you look at, they took away the post office. Well, now we don't really need the post office, because you talk to Isabel, she gives you your rating. You talk to the Dodos, and they give you the ability to mail letters, stuff like that. So when you look at that stuff, that's where you go like, well, how do we do the workaround?
Yeah.
And I feel like the one workaround is you just give the ability to do more than you're already giving us. Like, if you're letting me do my hairstyle, my eye color, all that stuff, just by looking in a mirror, then what does Harriet do that's different than the rest?
Yeah.
And I feel like A
I like that.
A
I
is
think,
masks, yeah, and B is you have to give us more. Like maybe if you go to Harriet, you can actually design your own character. Meaning,
yeah, or you could like maybe kind of like with the custom design app, you could even like do maybe like a hair one where you could maybe make it like ombre or like dip dye or
well, it would be kind of cool is like if you were like, hey, I like this hair and this hair, mash them together and create something else.
yes.
Like,
Or for example, if you had say you've got little pigtails, little ponytails, you could like maybe adjust like where they are on your
Yeah.
head or make a bigger one or something like that. That would
just
be good.
do more. Like, and that's the
Yeah.
only thing I can think, because I think the same thing with retail. Like, okay, we're allowed to customize, but what if Cyrus let us customize further?
Just
Like,
that extra
if
layer
it was
of
items that we can't customize,
Yeah.
only Cyrus could customize.
yeah.
Whatever it might be, but I think that's how you kind of bring and you
Yeah.
broach that gap.
I like that kind of meets us like both in the middle.
Mhm.
So I like that. That's a very good idea. Yeah.
So thank you guys for watching today's episode. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please slap the like button down below. Share it with all your friends. If you're not a subscriber to Holly's channel, hit the subscribe. Hit the bell so you know what's going on around here. You can follow Holly over on Twitter at Holly Crossing with 2 eyes. You can follow me Instagram, Twitter at Nintendo Gurus. That is all. Peace out, Preston.
Bye.